morning, YouTube. My name's Emery. I'm the farmer here on Dryland Dudes. Thanks for tuning in for possibly the last day of cotton harvest. If it's not the last day, it's the second to last day. I'm gonna get started earlier than I have all season. Today's gonna be in the 70s, and then tomorrow it's gonna be high in like the 30s or low 40s. So, but today the humidity is low. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. Humidity is low. The wind is low right now. Once these kind of clouds burn off, I think that humidity is going to drop even more. So we're going to try to get started and get as much done as we can before the wind hits. And who knows, maybe the wind stays low enough we can get it all done. I really don't know what to expect on the rest of this farm. It's going to take us quite a while to get a basket, so we should be able to cover lots of ground. We'll see. I don't have to clean anything off this morning because we didn't strip that much yesterday. We moved a lot. Took us like 3 hours to get everything moved over there. We don't normally go all the way east, all the way west, or vice versa. We normally, my barn is kind of the middle of my ground that I farm, and so we normally would go west, which would cut that trip in half, and then come back and do some work and then go east. And so it's the same driving, but it's broken up into chunks, so it doesn't seem as bad. But it was a deal, but we got it done, so glad to have that behind us. So all right, there's 141 pairs left, and so we'll take 5 per each round, 5 pairs that we take each round, because we'll take 10 rows, 5 pairs. So 141, that is, I don't know how much it's going to take. Now, since we've got out of the kind of grasshopper damage stuff, it's a lot more consistent. So now we can hopefully tell how long it takes to get this next basket, and that can let me know generally how many modules we're going to do. If it's going to fit on 2, or if we need to do 3. I would think it's somewhere, I think it's 2 or 3 is probably my guess. I don't think there's probably a 4th one out here. We'll find that out real soon. 141, that's what I said, right? Well, everything's good, oil's good. Blew out Dad's radiator again. The temperature was still running a little hot yesterday, so he stopped and blew it out with his compressor. It's got a little bit of we have a little one, has a little hook on it. Can spray more directed through his radiator. My radiator on this newer one, is much more open, able to blow it out. It doesn't get near as dirty too, for some reason. The screens on the outside get way dirtier, but the radiator stays cleaner. His screens don't get as dirty, but his radiator gets more dirty. And his design is not as good. It's just an open little small plate you take off and you blow in, but there's no escape out the other way. It's got to blow back out. Not a great design. So blow in from the fan side, blow it from that little cavity side, and just back and forth, and got more fine stuff out. So I just did that again this morning. It didn't look bad, but that way he's at least starting fresh, and hopefully no issues the rest of the day. So the leaves are cracking, the bowls are cracking, it's dry enough. Let's do it. Is so rough from all these pigs and stuff that have been here. It's like Dad and I both thought something's wrong with our stripper. Like, why is it bouncing so much? I'm out of it. It's rough. Well, it took me 3.5 rounds to get a basket. We'll see if that's consistent with Dad and see if the cotton is the same all the way through. So if that holds true, that'll be right at 8 baskets left, including this one. So 10 total baskets, which we could fit on 2 modules, 5 each. The question is, if it gets better if we go that direction and we can't get 3.5 rounds, then we'll have an issue. So stay tuned. Also, the wind has shifted enough from the southwest that if I dump on the normal side, we already have the builder set, there's cotton in it, it's going to blow a lot of cotton on me, and this way the basket will help protect it a little bit. But We've never dumped on this side with the hoses. We do it on Dad's builder, we have. So I'm gonna go get it turned on and we'll see how it goes. We'll just dump in opposite order. Gotta move the builder carriage to the front, be opposite of what we normally do. I just gotta find landmarks where to stop so I can clear the carriage, but no problem. I think those hoses are going to be like, oh, okay. I'm hoping they're not going to get into my header. Well, maybe I'll be bold enough to show you the next ones, but that wasn't bad. Didn't mess with the hoses, had plenty of room, didn't make a huge mess because the basket's blocking the cotton, and the cotton's not as fluffy because it's fairly fluffy, but there's more sticks and stuff kind of holding it together. So far so good. I think we're just a little nervous that it won't fit on two, and they may be real big, and the wind, it'd be hard to tarp. It's gonna be hard to tarp anyway, so I came down here to strip around further down just to see what it's like, and I'd say it's about the same. It may be slightly better because it's more consistent, a better stand. So leafier back where I just was. Maybe a little more cotton or the same amount. Maybe the same amount, but since there's more plants, it's going to yield a little better. So I think I'm going to put this round on the builder at the back. It was a little bit low, and then it'll pack down good, and we can call that one full at 3 dumps, and then we'll do the next one, make sure it's full, or at least make sure it packs around 3, and then the rest should fit on one around 4 dumps. That way we for sure can get it and say, oh, all of a sudden we'll have 3 at the end, and all of a sudden it falls off and we don't have enough to pack it. So we'll pack the first 2 just enough so they're good, and then put the rest on the third. Well, we did it. Got our first little baby module done. It's not my best effort. It's a little high in the back, but we put that extra round. I put an extra round on the back because I was afraid it was low. Well, I ended up making that end a little high. It's all right. Had a little fun with it, tarping. I called my wife and said, I'm going to need you guys to come here to tarp the next 2. We're going to put this on 3 little ones, and we're going to it's a lot for like when I go in to pull the builder off. The Dad can't hold all the things, and also those sinking clamps I got for the back of the builder to hold the tarp, not strong enough. Basket full. I made 3.5 rounds, so I'm not sure what's going to happen, but this will be 2. Dad's about half full on number 3, and then we'll put the rest on the last little one. We pack on 2 dumps, not really to pack, but just to flatten it out enough so the third one's not super full and flows out. Because we really won't start packing cotton until the 3rd dump. But if you don't, we just go down 1 time on this step 3. If we don't, that third dump will be way high, especially on a windy day. You'll lose a lot of it. So once it gets to the end, I'll stop it and go on this trip. I've got these controls in here also. So then I'm going to bring it up and move it to the front. Try to use our strippers as a windbreak. They didn't work too great last time, but we're trying to butt the butt now. I got some reinforcements that are coming. See what happens here. I don't know what the time lapse looked like on pulling that off, but it's stinking windy. We tried, I guess the strippers helped, or it kind of created a vortex tunnel effect around them. But Denton's driving my stripper back over to me. He's really grown up this year helping us move things, so thankful for that. Good job, Denton. And Dude's bringing his. Emily and the other boys are raking and painting that module. We're finished after this one. The wind has been rough, but not insurmountable today. In the high winds here, they didn't get a gust while he's got all that weight up in the air and the cylinders rock, so he kind of takes it easy there at the end so you don't get too much bend and pull on those cylinders like that. Here it is, the last little rows of 2024 cotton harvest. And what rows they are. Nothing much on them. Big and bushy and spotty and junky. But once I take these rows down, finished. Well, we do have the tarp module in these crazy winds. 40 plus mile an hour gusts, if I had told you. But good thing I got my muscles here with me. We're gonna knock it out. Got some cotton flying by. Let me go look. It's probably caught up in this chute. Sticks. Yeah. That'll happen. Something to remember me by. Official, the last stripping of 2024 in 2025, which is confusing. So, but anyways, just keep watching. Watch all the other videos. You'll understand why I'm stripping cotton in 2025. That is the 2024 crop. It's been one of those years. Finishing it on a day like this. What fun. Reminds me of track meets in Lubbock, Texas. Not in a good way. Well, that's all she wrote. There's our little another baby. 3 babies. Got the module in transport mode. We are done. Man, thankful to get it done today. I didn't know what today was going to look like with the wind and all that. When I dumped my last dump, Dad said the gust was 48 miles an hour. That was something. So it's windy, it's nasty, but we're finished with cotton harvest. Man, I'm jacked about that. So I just got some wheat to sow. We're out here looking at the ground. There's no way the drill's gonna get to go in the ground here, so I'm not gonna even try to sow it right now. I will wait till it rains, maybe come out here with a field cultivator, rough it up, and then just get the drill in here while it's wet, because this farm you have to work it kind of wet, otherwise stuff will just not go in the ground. So that cuts my wheat sowing down just a little bit, but man, I'm glad to be done. Feels good. Thank you for watching and following along. On to the next thing. Whatever, it'll be sowing wheat, but after that it'll be the next thing, and you just keep watching and I'll keep farming.